So, you've found yourself driving in Houston, huh? Welcome to the wild world of Houston roads, where the traffic flows like molasses in winter, and the drivers come in every flavor of unpredictable. Whether you're a seasoned local or a newcomer trying to decode the chaos, navigating Houston's streets can be a daunting task. But don't worry. We're here to help you tackle this urban jungle with a mix of practical advice and a dash of humor. In this guide, 10 tips to survive Houston drivers. We'll equip you with the essential strategies you need to stay safe, stay sane, and maybe even enjoy your time behind the wheel. From staying alert and planning your route to embracing the slow lane and knowing when to use your horn, these tips are designed to help you navigate the quirks and challenges of Houston driving. We know that driving in a bustling city like Houston can be stressful, but with the right approach, you can turn it into a manageable, and dare we say, enjoyable experience. So buckle up, adjust those mirrors, and let's hit the road. You've got this. Stay tuned as we dive into each tip, starting with the all-important task of staying alert. Trust us, by the end of this guide, you'll be cruising through Houston like a pro. Let's get started. Tip 1. Stay alert. Welcome to the high-octane world of Houston driving, where the rules are made up and the points don't matter. Your first and most crucial survival tip is to stay alert. Think of driving in Houston as navigating an obstacle course where the obstacles are other drivers who might have forgotten how to use their turn signals. Staying alert means more than just keeping your eyes open. It means being hyper-aware of your surroundings at all times. Houston drivers are known for their unpredictability, so expect the unexpected. You might be cruising along peacefully when suddenly, someone decides to merge into your lane without warning or stops abruptly to admire a roadside attraction, or more likely, because they missed their exit. Here's how to stay alert. 1. Keep your eyes moving. And don't fixate on any one spot. Continuously scan the road ahead, your mirrors, and the sides of the road, and this helps you anticipate potential hazards before they become immediate threats. 2. Anticipate erratic behavior. Houston drivers can be a wild bunch. Always be prepared for sudden lane changes, unexpected stops, and creative interpretations of traffic laws. If you see a car weaving in and out of traffic, give it plenty of space. 3. Minimize distractions. Your car might feel like a safe bubble, but it's essential to minimize distractions. Put your phone on silent, or use a hands-free device if you need to make a call. Set your GPS before you start driving, and resist the urge to fiddle with the radio or other controls while in motion. 4. Be mindful of blind spots. Not just your own, but other drivers' blind spots too. Large vehicles like trucks have extensive blind areas, so avoid lingering next to them. If you can't see the driver's mirrors, they can't see you. 5. Watch for pedestrians and cyclists. Houston isn't just car country. Pedestrians and cyclists are sharing the roads, and they can be unpredictable too. Keep an eye out at crosswalks, bike lanes, and intersections, and always yield to pedestrians. 6. Use defensive driving techniques. Assume that other drivers will make mistakes and be ready to react. Maintain a safe following distance and always have an escape plan in mind. This could mean knowing where you can safely pull off the road if you need to avoid a sudden hazard. Staying alert in Houston's driving environment is like being a participant in an extreme sport. It requires focus, quick reflexes, and a bit of Zen-like calm. Treat every drive as an adventure where your goal is to reach your destination safely and without incident. With your eyes wide open and your senses sharp, you'll be well prepared to handle whatever Houston's roads throw your way. Tip 2. Plan your route. All right, you've got your eyes peeled and you're ready to tackle the chaos of Houston driving. The next step to surviving this urban jungle is to plan your route. Think of it like plotting a course through a maze where the walls can change at any moment. A little foresight can save you from a lot of frustration. First, let's talk about using technology to your advantage. GPS apps like Google Maps, Waze, and Apple Maps are your best friends here. These apps provide real-time traffic updates, road closures, and even the occasional pothole warning. Set your destination before you start driving, so you're not fumbling with your phone at a red light while the person behind you lays on the horn. Check the current traffic conditions before you leave. Houston's traffic can change faster than a Texas weather forecast. Knowing what to expect on the roads can help you avoid unexpected delays and detours. If possible, plan your trips to avoid peak traffic times. Rush hour in Houston can turn a 15-minute drive into a 45-minute ordeal. Early mornings and late evenings are your best bets for lighter traffic. If you have to travel during peak hours, consider leaving a bit earlier to avoid the worst of the congestion. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Have a primary route planned, but also familiarize yourself with a couple of alternative routes. If you encounter an unexpected roadblock or traffic jam, you'll have a backup plan ready to go. Get to know the major routes like I-45, I-10, I-69, and the Sam Houston Tollway. Understanding the layout of these roads can help you navigate more efficiently and avoid getting lost in a tangle of overpasses and exits. Houston seems to be in a perpetual state of construction. Check for roadwork updates and plan your route accordingly. Construction zones can cause significant delays and unexpected detours, so knowing where they are can save you a headache. Some areas of Houston are notorious for heavy traffic or confusing road layouts. If possible, avoid these high-risk zones, especially if you're not familiar with them. Stick to roads you know well or that are straightforward to navigate. If you're new to Houston, ask locals for advice on the best routes and times to travel. Sometimes, first-hand knowledge can be more valuable than what a GPS app can provide. Locals know the shortcuts, the best detours, and the quirks of the city's traffic patterns. Also, keep an eye on the weather. Houston's weather can be unpredictable, and heavy rain can quickly turn roads into rivers. Check the weather forecast before you head out and plan your route accordingly. Avoid low-lying areas that are prone to flooding, and give yourself extra time to reach your destination in inclement weather. Despite all your planning, things can still go awry. Keep an emergency kit in your car with essentials like water, snacks, a first aid kit, and a phone charger. Being prepared for the unexpected can make a big difference if you find yourself stuck in traffic or dealing with a breakdown. Even with the best laid plans, you might encounter surprises on the road. Stay calm, adapt to the situation, and remember that a little patience goes a long way. Traffic jams and detours are part of the Houston driving experience, but with a well-planned route, you can navigate them with ease. So there you have it. Tip 2. Plan your route. With these strategies, you'll be able to navigate Houston's roads like a seasoned pro, avoiding the worst of the traffic and getting to your destination with minimal stress. Stay tuned for more tips, because mastering Houston driving is a journey. And we're just getting started. Tip 3. Keep a safe distance. You've mastered staying alert and planning your route. But now it's time to talk about keeping a safe distance. In the wild world of Houston driving, maintaining a buffer between you and the car in front of you is crucial. It's not just about following the rules of the road. It's about giving yourself the reaction time you need to avoid becoming part of an impromptu demolition derby. First, let's address the elephant in the room: tailgating. In Houston, tailgating seems to be a popular pastime, but don't let peer pressure get to you. Keeping a safe following distance can save your bumper and your sanity. Aim for a minimum of 3 seconds of distance between you and the vehicle ahead. This gives you enough time to react if they suddenly brake or swerve to avoid a rogue tire or an overzealous squirrel. To measure this distance, pick a stationary object on the side of the road, like a sign or a tree. When the car in front of you passes that object, start counting. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. If you pass the same object before you finish counting, you're too close. Back off a bit and create that safety bubble. Houston's roads are often congested, and it might feel like leaving a gap invites other drivers to cut in. And yes, it probably will. But here's the thing. It's better to let someone merge in front of you than to slam on your brakes and risk a collision. Plus, keeping your distance can help you avoid the stress of constantly braking and accelerating in stop-and-go traffic. Don't forget about larger vehicles. Trucks and buses have bigger blind spots and take longer to stop, so give them even more room. If you can't see their mirrors, they can't see you. Avoid lingering next to them or tailgating. It's a recipe for disaster. Pass them quickly but safely, and return to a safe distance once you're in front. Speaking of safe distances, don't forget about intersections. When approaching a red light or stop sign, start braking early. This not only prevents you from rear-ending the car in front, but also gives the driver behind you more time to react. And if you're the first in line at a red light, don't rush to accelerate the moment it turns green. Take a second to look both ways and ensure no one is trying to beat the light. Remember, maintaining a safe distance isn't just about preventing accidents. It's also about reducing stress. When you have room to maneuver, you're less likely to feel trapped and anxious. You can anticipate and react to the unexpected without resorting to sudden, jerky movements that can lead to road rage or accidents. If you find yourself in heavy traffic where keeping a 3-second gap is impossible, adjust your speed accordingly. Go with the flow, but stay vigilant and ready to brake gently. Sometimes, driving slower than the speed limit is the safest choice, especially in densely packed traffic. Lastly, don't forget about weather conditions. Houston's unpredictable weather can turn a smooth drive into a slippery nightmare. Increase your following distance in rain, fog, or any conditions that reduce visibility or traction. Wet roads mean longer stopping distances. So there you have it. Tip 3. Keep a safe distance. By maintaining a buffer zone around your car, you'll navigate Houston's roads more safely and with less stress. Tip 4. Embrace the slow lane. All right, you're staying alert, planning your route, and keeping a safe distance. Now it's time to talk about embracing the slow lane. In the fast-paced world of Houston driving, sometimes the best strategy is to take it slow and steady. Let the speed demons and aggressive drivers battle it out in the fast lane while you cruise safely and calmly on the right. First, let's dispel the myth that the slow lane is for timid drivers. Choosing the slow lane is a strategic move. It's about reducing stress, avoiding accidents, and arriving at your destination with your sanity intact. In a city where the highways can feel like racetracks, the slow lane is your sanctuary. Sticking to the right lane allows you to drive at a more relaxed pace. You're less likely to encounter aggressive drivers tailgating you or trying to weave in and out of traffic. Instead, you can maintain a consistent speed, focus on the road, and enjoy a more pleasant driving experience. Another benefit of the slow lane is that it gives you easier access to exits and entry ramps. You won't have to make last-minute lane changes or swerve across multiple lanes to catch your exit. Staying in the right lane lets you plan your moves well in advance, reducing the risk of sudden maneuvers and potential collisions. While you're embracing the slow lane, make sure to stay aware of your surroundings. Even though you're driving at a more relaxed pace, it's essential to remain vigilant. Keep an eye out for merging traffic, particularly at on-ramps where other drivers might be joining the highway. Be courteous and allow them space to merge safely. If you find yourself on a multi-lane road with fewer cars, you might be tempted to move to the left lane to overtake slower vehicles. That's perfectly fine, but do it safely. Check your mirrors and blind spots. Signal your intentions, and only move over when it's clear. Once you've passed the slower vehicle, return to the right lane to keep the flow of traffic smooth. Embracing the slow lane also means being mindful of large vehicles like trucks and buses. These vehicles often stick to the right lane, and it's crucial to give them plenty of space. Don't linger in their blind spots, and avoid cutting them off. Remember, they need more time and distance to stop or change lanes. One thing to keep in mind is that the slow lane doesn't mean driving excessively below the speed limit. Aim to match the flow of traffic in your lane while maintaining a comfortable and safe speed. Driving too slowly can create a hazard for other drivers, and might even attract the attention of law enforcement. If you're driving on surface streets rather than highways, the same principles apply. Stick to the rightmost lane when it's safe to do so, and let faster drivers pass on the left. Be patient at intersections and give pedestrians the right of way. The goal is to keep your journey smooth and stress-free, whether you're on a bustling freeway or a quiet neighborhood road. Finally, embrace the mindset that driving isn't a race. Getting to your destination safely is far more important than shaving a few minutes off your travel time. Enjoy the journey, listen to your favorite music or podcast, and take in the sights of Houston from the comfort of the slow lane. So there you have it, tip 4. Embrace the slow lane. By choosing to drive at a more relaxed pace and staying in the right lane, you'll navigate Houston's roads with less stress and more safety. It's all about taking control of your driving experience and making smart choices. Tip 5. Use your turn signals. You've mastered staying alert, planning your route, keeping a safe distance, and embracing the slow lane. Now it's time to tackle one of the simplest yet most effective driving habits: using your turn signals. In the wild world of Houston driving, clear communication can mean the difference between a smooth merge and a bumper-to-bumper fender bender. Turn signals, those nifty little blinking lights on your car, are your way of saying, "Hey, I'm about to make a move here." They're not just a courtesy, they're a crucial part of safe driving. Here's how to make the most of them and keep everyone on the road informed and safe. First and foremost, always signal your intentions. Whether you're changing lanes, making a turn, or pulling over, let other drivers know what you're about to do. Houston traffic can be unpredictable, and clear communication helps reduce confusion and prevent accidents. Think of your turn signals as your car's way of speaking. Use them often and use them clearly. When changing lanes, signal well in advance. Flicking on your blinker at the last second doesn't give other drivers enough time to react. Aim to signal at least 100 feet before you make your move. This gives everyone around you a heads up and allows them to adjust their speed or position accordingly. It's like saying, "Hey, I'm coming over," rather than just barging into their lane unannounced. If you're making a turn, start signaling early. In city driving, aim to signal at least 100 feet before your turn. On highways or rural roads, give even more notice, around 200 feet or more. This ensures that drivers behind you know to slow down and prepare for your turn. It's also helpful for pedestrians and cyclists who need to know your intentions. Don't forget to signal when you're pulling out of a parking spot or re-entering the roadway. Even if you think no one is around, it's a good habit to signal. You never know when a car, bike, or pedestrian might appear out of nowhere. A quick flick of the turn signal can prevent misunderstandings and keep everyone safe. One common mistake is forgetting to turn off your signal after you've made your move. A perpetually blinking turn signal can confuse other drivers and lead to awkward situations. Make it a habit to check your dashboard after completing a turn or lane change to ensure your signal has turned off. If it hasn't, give it a quick flick to set things right. In heavy traffic, using your turn signals becomes even more critical. Houston's roads can get congested, and everyone's in a hurry. Signaling your lane changes and turns helps create a predictable flow of traffic. It allows other drivers to anticipate your movements and reduces the chances of sudden, reactive braking or swerving. Remember, turn signals aren't just for major moves. Use them in parking lots, driveways, and even when navigating through neighborhood streets. Anytime you're changing direction or lane, a signal is warranted. It's a small gesture that can have a big impact on overall road safety. Now, a word on courtesy. Using your turn signals is not only about following the rules, it's also about being a considerate driver. Signaling shows respect for other road users and fosters a cooperative driving environment. It's a simple way to contribute to a smoother, safer, and less stressful driving experience for everyone. Lastly, don't be afraid to make eye contact or wave if needed. Sometimes, turn signals alone aren't enough to convey your intentions, especially in tight or busy situations. A friendly wave or nod can go a long way in ensuring clear communication and preventing misunderstandings. So, there you have it. Tip 5. Use your turn signals. By making a habit of signaling your intentions clearly and consistently, you'll navigate Houston's roads with greater safety and ease. It's all about clear communication and respect for your fellow drivers. Stay tuned for more tips, because mastering Houston driving is a journey, and we're just getting started. Tip 6. Be prepared for construction. All right, you've got signaling down to an art form. Now let's talk about another inevitable aspect of Houston driving: construction. The city seems to be in a perpetual state of roadwork, with orange cones and detour signs becoming a regular part of the landscape. Being prepared for construction zones can save you time, frustration, and even a few choice words. Here's how to navigate through the construction chaos like a pro. First, stay informed. Construction zones don't just pop up out of nowhere. They're usually planned and announced in advance. Use your favorite GPS apps, like Google Maps or Waze, to check for roadwork updates before you head out. These apps often provide real-time information about construction zones, lane closures, and traffic delays, helping you plan a smoother route. Next, allow extra time for your commute. Even if your GPS doesn't show any construction on your route, it's a good idea to leave a little earlier than usual. Construction can slow down traffic unexpectedly, and having a buffer can prevent you from feeling rushed and stressed. Think of it as a cushion against the unpredictability of Houston's ever-evolving roads. When you approach a construction zone, slow down and pay close attention to signs and signals. Speed limits are often reduced in these areas for good reason. The roads can be narrower, workers may be present, and there might be sudden stops or lane shifts. Adhering to the posted speed limits not only keeps you safe, but also avoids hefty fines, as speeding fines are usually doubled in construction zones. Be patient and courteous. Construction zones can be frustrating, with delays, detours, and bottlenecks testing your patience. Remember that the workers are doing their jobs to improve the roads for everyone. A little patience and a positive attitude can go a long way in making the experience more bearable. Plus, aggressive driving in construction zones can lead to accidents and further delays. Stay in your lane and avoid unnecessary lane changes. In construction zones, lanes can be narrow and poorly marked, with barriers and cones creating a maze-like environment. Stick to your lane and follow the markings carefully. Constantly changing lanes to get ahead won't save you much time and can increase the risk of collisions. Watch out for construction workers and equipment. These zones are bustling with activity, and it's not uncommon to see workers close to the road or heavy machinery moving around. Give them plenty of space and stay alert. If you see a flagger directing traffic, follow their instructions carefully. They're there to ensure everyone's safety. Prepare for sudden stops and slow-moving traffic. Construction zones often involve frequent starts and stops. Keep a safe following distance to give yourself enough time to react to the car in front of you. This is especially important if you're driving behind larger vehicles that might obscure your view of what's ahead. If you encounter a detour, follow the signs and don't try to find your own way around it. Detours are planned to guide you safely around construction areas, even if they seem inconvenient. Trust the detour signs and stay on the designated route until you're back on familiar ground. Trying to shortcut around construction can lead to confusion and further delays. Lastly, stay calm and adapt. Construction is a fact of life in Houston, and getting frustrated won't make it go away any faster. Use the time in traffic to listen to a favorite podcast, audiobook, or some calming music. Keeping your mind occupied can reduce stress and help you stay focused on the road. So, there you have it. Tip 6. Be prepared for construction. By staying informed, allowing extra time, and practicing patience, you'll navigate through Houston's construction zones with ease. It's all about adapting to the ever-changing road conditions and keeping a positive mindset. Tip 7. Avoid rush hour. All right, you've got construction zones figured out. Now let's tackle one of the biggest challenges of Houston driving: rush hour. Navigating through Houston during peak traffic times can feel like trying to escape from a labyrinth, while everyone else is also trying to escape at the same time. Here's how to avoid the worst of rush hour and keep your sanity intact. First, know the peak times. Houston's rush hour generally hits from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on weekdays. These are the times when the roads are most congested with commuters heading to and from work. If you can, plan your trips outside of these peak hours. Starting your commute earlier or later can make a significant difference in your travel time and stress levels. Flexibility is your friend. If you have the option to work remotely or adjust your working hours, take advantage of it. Shifting your schedule by even an hour can help you avoid the worst of the traffic. Talk to your employer about flexible work hours or remote work options if they're available. Not only will this save you time on the road, but it can also lead to a better work-life balance. Plan your errands strategically. If you need to run errands, try to do them during off-peak hours. Mid-morning or early afternoon are often the best times to hit the road without getting stuck in a traffic jam. Weekends can also be a good time for errands, but keep in mind that some areas might still be busy with shoppers and events. Use real-time traffic apps. Apps like Waze, Google Maps, and Apple Maps provide real-time traffic updates and can help you avoid congested routes. These apps can suggest alternative routes based on current traffic conditions, helping you bypass the worst of the gridlock. Make a habit of checking traffic conditions before you leave and while you're on the road. Consider public transportation or carpooling. Houston has a robust public transportation system, including buses and light rail. Using public transit can save you the hassle of driving and parking, especially during rush hour. Carpooling is another great option. Not only does it reduce the number of cars on the road, but it can also make your commute more enjoyable by sharing the ride with others. Stay informed about traffic news. Local news stations and traffic websites often provide updates on major traffic incidents, construction, and road closures. Tuning into these updates can help you avoid unexpected delays and plan your route more effectively. Some radio stations also offer real-time traffic reports during peak hours. Prepare for the unexpected. Even with the best planning, you might still find yourself caught in rush hour traffic. Keep an emergency kit in your car with essentials like water, snacks, a first aid kit, and a phone charger. Having these supplies on hand can make a long commute more bearable and ensure you're prepared for any situation. Make the most of your time. If you're stuck in traffic, use the time productively. Listen to an audiobook, catch up on your favorite podcast, or even learn a new language with an audio course. Turning your commute into a productive or enjoyable experience can help reduce stress and make the time pass more quickly. Be patient and stay calm. Rush hour traffic can be incredibly frustrating, but getting angry or stressed won't help. Practice deep breathing exercises, keep a positive mindset, and remind yourself that you'll get to your destination eventually. Staying calm and composed will help you make better decisions on the road and keep you safe. Lastly, if you absolutely must travel during rush hour, give yourself plenty of extra time. Plan for delays and leave earlier than you think you need to. It's better to arrive early and have some downtime than to be stressed about running late. Use the extra time to relax, grab a coffee, or catch up on emails before you start your day. So there you have it. Tip 7. Avoid rush hour. By planning your trips strategically, using real-time traffic updates, and staying calm, you'll navigate Houston's peak traffic times with ease. It's all about making smart choices and staying flexible. Tip 8. Watch out for large vehicles. All right, you've become adept at avoiding rush hour, but now let's focus on another crucial aspect of Houston driving: dealing with large vehicles. Trucks, buses, and other oversized vehicles are a common sight on Houston roads, and knowing how to navigate around them safely is essential. Here's how to share the road with these behemoths without losing your cool. First and foremost, understand the challenges large vehicles face. Trucks and buses have significant blind spots, longer stopping distances, and reduced maneuverability compared to smaller cars. By recognizing these limitations, you can anticipate their movements and stay out of their way. Think of it as giving the big guys a little extra room to breathe. When driving near large vehicles, avoid their blind spots. These blind spots are typically located directly in front, behind, and along the sides of the vehicle. If you can't see the driver's mirrors, they can't see you. Stay visible by maintaining a safe distance and avoiding prolonged periods in these blind spots. It's like being in a stealth zone. Don't linger where you can't be seen. When passing a large vehicle, do so quickly, but safely. Use your turn signal, check your mirrors, and ensure you have plenty of space before making your move. Once you start passing, accelerate to get past the vehicle promptly. Don't cut back in too soon after passing. Make sure you can see the entire front of the truck or bus in your rearview mirror before returning to the lane. This gives them ample stopping distance and reduces the risk of a collision. If a large vehicle is passing you, stay in your lane and maintain a consistent speed. Don't try to speed up or slow down abruptly. Let them complete the maneuver safely and without unnecessary drama. Remember, their ability to maneuver is limited, so make their job easier by being predictable and steady. At intersections, give large vehicles extra space to turn. Trucks and buses need more room to make wide turns, especially right turns. If you see a large vehicle signaling to turn, hang back and give them the space they need. Trying to squeeze by or getting too close can result in an accident. Patience is key here. Let them navigate the turns safely before proceeding. Be especially cautious around large vehicles in bad weather. Rain, fog, and high winds can make driving even more challenging for these drivers. Increase your following distance and be prepared for sudden movements or stops. If visibility is poor, turn on your headlights to make sure you're seen, and keep an eye out for brake lights or turn signals from the large vehicle. When merging onto highways, be aware of the speed and position of large vehicles. If a truck or bus is approaching in the lane you need to merge into, adjust your speed accordingly. Either speed up to merge ahead of them or slow down to merge behind them. Don't try to squeeze in at the last second. It's better to wait for a clear gap and merge safely. Keep your distance when driving behind large vehicles. The rule of thumb is to maintain a following distance of at least 4 seconds. This gives you enough time to react if they brake suddenly, or if there's debris in the road. Remember, large vehicles can block your view of the road ahead, so giving them extra space can help you see and react to potential hazards. If you're stuck in traffic near a large vehicle, avoid stopping too closely behind it. Leave enough room so you can see their mirrors and have an escape route if needed. This is especially important on inclines, where trucks and buses might roll back slightly when starting to move again. Lastly, practice patience and empathy. Driving a large vehicle in busy traffic is no easy task, and a little understanding goes a long way. Give truck and bus drivers the space and consideration they need to do their jobs safely. A bit of courtesy can make the road safer for everyone. So there you have it. Tip 8. Watch out for large vehicles. By understanding their limitations, staying out of their blind spots, and giving them extra space, you'll navigate Houston's roads more safely and confidently. It's all about sharing the road and being considerate. Tip 9. Keep your cool. All right, you've learned to handle large vehicles with finesse. Now it's time to focus on arguably the most crucial tip for surviving Houston drivers: keeping your cool. In a city where traffic can turn even the most serene person into a ball of stress, maintaining your composure is essential for safe and pleasant driving. Here's how to stay calm behind the wheel. First, recognize that driving in Houston can be stressful, but how you respond to that stress makes all the difference. Acknowledging that traffic jams, aggressive drivers, and unexpected delays are part of the driving experience can help you manage your expectations and remain calm. It's all about mindset. You can't control the traffic, but you can control your reaction to it. Deep breathing is your best friend. If you find yourself getting tense or frustrated, take a few deep breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose. Hold for a few seconds, and exhale through your mouth. Repeat this a few times to help calm your nerves and reduce stress. It's a simple but effective technique to keep your cool when the going gets tough. Listening to your favorite music or a calming playlist can also help. Create a driving playlist filled with songs that relax you or make you happy. Singing along to your favorite tunes can be a great stress reliever. If music isn't your thing, try listening to a podcast or an audiobook. Engaging your mind in something enjoyable can distract you from the stress of driving and make your commute more pleasant. Practice patience and empathy. Remember that every driver on the road is dealing with their own challenges and stresses. If someone cuts you off or drives aggressively, try to respond with empathy instead of anger. Maybe they're having a bad day or dealing with an emergency. Giving others the benefit of the doubt can help you stay calm and avoid road rage. Avoid aggressive driving behaviors. Tailgating, weaving in and out of lanes, and honking excessively only add to the stress and can lead to dangerous situations. Instead, focus on driving defensively. Maintain a safe following distance, use your turn signals, and stay in your lane. Driving calmly and predictably helps create a safer environment for everyone on the road. If you find yourself stuck in a traffic jam, use the time wisely. Instead of stewing in frustration, take the opportunity to practice mindfulness. Notice the details around you, the colors of the cars, the sounds of the city, the feel of the steering wheel in your hands. Staying present in the moment can reduce anxiety and help you stay grounded. Keep snacks and water in your car. Hunger and dehydration can make you irritable and less patient. Having a bottle of water and some healthy snacks on hand can keep your energy levels stable and help you stay calm during long commutes. Plus, a quick snack can be a nice little pick-me-up when traffic is dragging on. Remember to take breaks if you're on a long drive. Pull over at a rest stop or a safe place, get out of the car, and stretch your legs. A few minutes of fresh air and movement can do wonders for your mood and help you recharge. It's also a good opportunity to refocus and remind yourself to stay calm and composed. Set realistic expectations for your travel time. Plan for delays and give yourself extra time to reach your destination. If you know you're not in a rush, you're less likely to get frustrated by slow-moving traffic or minor inconveniences. Being prepared for the worst-case scenario can help you stay patient and avoid unnecessary stress. Finally, practice gratitude. It might sound cheesy, but focusing on the positives can shift your mindset. Be grateful for the little things: a green light, a courteous driver letting you merge, or even just the fact that you have a car to drive. Finding reasons to be thankful can improve your mood and help you keep your cool on the road. So there you have it. Tip 9. Keep your cool. By staying calm, practicing patience, and finding ways to enjoy your time behind the wheel, you'll navigate Houston's roads with less stress and more confidence. It's all about maintaining a positive mindset and making the most of your driving experience. Tip 10. Know when to use the horn. You've mastered the art of staying calm on the road, and now it's time to tackle the final piece of the puzzle: knowing when to use your horn. In Houston, as in any bustling city, the horn can be a vital tool for communication, but it's important to use it judiciously. Here's how to make sure your horn etiquette is on point, ensuring safety and harmony on the road. First and foremost, understand that the horn is a safety device, not a weapon. Its primary purpose is to alert other drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists of your presence in situations where immediate attention is needed. Think of your horn as a voice in the driving world. Use it to say, "Hey, I'm here," rather than "Get out of my way." Use your horn sparingly and thoughtfully. If you're driving in a residential area, especially at night, be mindful of the noise. The last thing you want is to wake up the entire neighborhood because someone didn't move at a green light fast enough. In these situations, a quick, gentle tap on the horn is usually enough to get the job done without causing a disturbance. When should you use your horn? Here are some common scenarios where honking is appropriate. 1. To prevent an accident. If another driver is about to merge into your lane and doesn't see you, a quick honk can alert them to your presence and prevent a collision. Similarly, if a pedestrian steps into the street without noticing your car, a short beep can avert an accident. 2. At intersections. If the light turns green and the car in front of you hasn't moved, a brief tap on the horn can remind them it's time to go. Just remember, patience is key. Wait a couple of seconds before honking to give the driver a chance to react naturally. 3. To alert a distracted driver. If you see a driver drifting into your lane because they're distracted, a quick honk can bring their attention back to the road. Use your horn to gently remind them to stay in their lane and drive safely. 4. To warn of potential danger. If there's an obstacle in the road, like a fallen tree or an animal, a quick honk can warn other drivers behind you of the hazard. It's a simple way to communicate and keep everyone safe. Avoid using your horn in these situations. 1. Out of frustration. Honking in anger because someone cut you off or is driving too slowly doesn't help anyone and can escalate road rage. Keep your cool and resist the urge to lay on the horn out of frustration. 2. In traffic jams. If you're stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic, honking won't make the cars move any faster. It just adds to the noise and stress. Instead, focus on staying patient and calm. 3. As a greeting. While it might be tempting to honk and wave at friends you see on the road, it can confuse other drivers and create unnecessary distractions. Save your greetings for safer moments, like when you're parked or walking. 4. To express impatience. If the driver ahead of you is moving slowly, be patient. Constantly honking won't make them go faster and could lead to unsafe driving. Remember, everyone has their own pace and reasons for driving the way they do. Always use your horn with a sense of courtesy and respect. A quick tap is usually all it takes to get someone's attention. Avoid long, blaring honks unless it's an emergency. The goal is to communicate effectively without causing undue stress or irritation to other road users. Lastly, if you're ever unsure whether to honk, err on the side of caution. If a situation feels dangerous and you need to alert someone, a brief honk can be a lifesaver. Just make sure your use of the horn is justified and necessary. So there you have it. Tip 10. Know when to use the horn. By using your horn thoughtfully and respectfully, you'll contribute to a safer and more pleasant driving environment for everyone. It's all about clear communication and mutual respect on the road. Thanks for sticking with us through these tips, and remember, mastering Houston driving is a journey, and you're now well equipped to navigate it with confidence and ease. Safe travels. Congratulations, you've made it through our guide on surviving Houston drivers. By now, you're equipped with the knowledge and strategies to navigate the city's roads with confidence and ease. From staying alert and planning your route to keeping your cool and knowing when to use your horn, you've got a toolkit that'll help you handle whatever Houston traffic throws your way. Driving in Houston can be a wild ride, but with these tips, you'll be able to stay safe, reduce stress, and maybe even find a little enjoyment in your daily commute. Remember, the key to mastering Houston driving is patience, preparation, and a positive mindset. You're not just another driver on the road. You're a savvy navigator, ready to face any challenge with a calm and collected attitude. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope these tips help you not only survive but thrive on Houston's bustling streets. Whether you're dealing with construction zones, rush hour traffic, or the occasional erratic driver, remember that you've got the skills and knowledge to handle it all. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to share it with friends and family who might also benefit from these tips. Safe travels, and see you on the road. Happy driving, and here's to smoother commutes ahead. Stay sharp, stay safe, and remember, you've got this.